Hi, I'm Mr. Olivier and I'm at Big Al's Aquarium Superstore. There is a good reason why they say superstore. This place is amazing. They even have a shark here. You gotta check out the shark. Anyway, what we're gonna be doing is meeting the folks that work here, and we're gonna learn about salt water. We're gonna learn about saltwater creatures. Amazing corals and cousins of starfish and fish and sea hare, amazing stuff.
Hey, my name is James Liston. I'm the department head of the saltwater section. This is pretty much my domain. This is what I get paid to do all day and every day. This is what I am put in charge with, and it is my job to make sure that these animals are as healthy as I can possibly make them.
Hi, my name is Marlon, like the fish, and I'm at my store, Big Al's, where I work at. And we're in the marine section where you find corals and fish from the ocean. You'll see a lot of bright colors, a lot of neon colors, a lot of unique body shapes, and interesting behaviors.
So this animal here is called a pincushion urchin. These guys are responsible for moving things all over the place. We have some other examples that'll decorate themselves with little hats, little decorations to camouflage themselves from predators, blend into the background a little bit better, and every once in a while they'll pick up a coral, drag it all the way across the world, and then deposit it somewhere else for it to start growing anew. Very important reef builders are these animals.
Boy, they certainly look antisocial though.
They don't love being picked up, but they'll tolerate it for education. So in this hobby, we have a pretty incredible responsibility in being selective about what animals we bring in. We don't strictly want to go out into the wild and take any old thing. And so a lot of these corals that have been grown are specifically grown for me at the store. A lot of the tags that you'll see in the back are tags denoting where they were found in a maricultured facility. Whenever I get the opportunity to support companies that are buying or that are doing captive bred or tank raised organisms, I'll take every opportunity I can to get them so I don't have to take anything from the wild. And the animals that I do take in, even at that time, I have to choose which animals I know that I can long-term take care of and my customers can also take care of. It's a very selective process. 99% of the animals that you'll find in the ocean, we have no desire to bring that in. The science has been done through trial and error. We know what will do well in the hobby and what will not. We need to be very careful about what to bring in and what not to. So these animals here, they're called Bengai cardinals. Very aptly named. They come from the islands of Bengai off of the Philippines. This is one of very few animals that we can get strictly captive bred. So in these animals, you'll see that the males will have a nice big underbite, and they'll actually hold on to both the eggs and the fry of their new spawns until they're ready to be released into the wild. And they'll release those eggs into either a sea urchin for protection, some of them will do them into sea anemones, lots of different animals that they can host within in order to protect themselves until they're big enough and strong enough to fend for themselves.
They are odd-looking fish.
Very unique.
They almost look like little aliens.
This is a very close sister relative of them. They're a little bit more globally distributed, not only found within one section of islands in the ocean. But these ones are called pajama cardinals, aptly named for the shapes of their tails. Looks like they're wearing little pajamas. Same breeding. For all intents and purposes, it might as well be the same animal. But a little bit easier for us to get our hands on these because of their global distribution.
What's this big guy down here?
It's called a Fiji foxface, also very well named. Comes from Fiji. So he's an herbivorous animal. Most of his diet should also be algae. He'll eat just about anything that we throw in there, but you can see that the shape of their mouth is used to get into small nooks and crannies in the rocks to pick at little microalgae that grow there.
Beautiful, beautiful fish.
Talk about their venom spines.
Oh, true, yeah. So you can see him flashing his spines every now and again. It's a defense mechanism. So they actually have a venom within those spines, and if you manhandle them, you can get quite the shock. Okay, so this animal here is called a tiger cowrie snail. A lot of people have just the empty shells in there, but I get the amazing opportunity to bring these animals in alive. So you can see kind of from the retracting tissue along there, one of the unique characteristics of this animal is that that mantle will actually coat the entire outer shell of the animal. They're very exposed. Oh, he's coming out a little bit curious. And a big part of this animal's natural diet are anemones. Compared to a lot of other snails where they only eat algae, this one has a taste for meat. Okay, so this is called a bubble tip anemone, as in the Entacmea family, one of the most brightly colored invertebrates that you'll find. People very frequently confuse this with a coral, but it's actually an invertebrate. So this animal has a muscular foot, and so it can actually walk around your aquarium. They have a tendency to walk into the higher light and higher flow. That's what they would find because they're a very tidal organism. You'll very frequently find these animals in very shallow and reef-crested waters.
Beautiful.
There's another one on the. So you can kind of see different shades of color. This one's more of a richer orange-red, and the one that we're just filming is more of a sunset orange, if you want to call it. And you'll also notice that the tentacles on the one that you're looking at is much longer and slimmer, while the other one tends to have the true bubble tip where it's round bubbles, and then you see the little tentacles protruding out of the bubbles.
Actually, can you pick them up for us? Excellent.
Your cuteness.
Maybe put them under the light there so you see them better.
So he very often gets confused with nudibranchs. Those are more closely related to sea slugs. This is a powerhouse algae eater. All day, or all night long, this animal is going to eat through all of the filamentous algae that it can possibly find.
That's remarkable. Some of these creatures are so bizarre.
Yeah, my friend Marlon wasn't lying when he said you get some pretty interesting body plans out of the ocean. You get with millions and millions of years of evolution.
Wow. It looks like a Medusa. Right out of Greek mythology.
You can see these long feathery extensions coming out of the tube. So that's what it'll use for protection. And those big feathers are used to capture any kind of small particulates that come by. If you get a really close macro shot of it, you can see that just like a bird's feather, it has these long filaments to it. And it's just to capture things like phytoplanktons, copepods, or amphipods, and he'll digest those internally. So these animals, you'll find them very frequently along the bottom of the sand floor. They're scavenging for any kind of uneaten food, any fish waste, any algae that are growing at the bottom. And phytoplankton makes up a bulk of their diet. So if I can flip some of them over for you, I can show you why these guys retail for so much. But the colors and the patterns that you get at the bottom of these animals is unlike anything you'll ever find from any of the other invertebrates in this hobby.
Wow. These guys are awesome.
He was originally from Canada, and when he was in there, he was maybe about a foot and a half, and they had a contest on naming him, and so the choice was Toothless from the movie How to Train Your Dragon, and I think it's because his head looks like one of the dragons, very similar head shape. He does have teeth, for the record, and so he does know that he's going to get fed soon. He probably saw the bag, or I wouldn't be surprised, smells it through the glass, or the plexiglass.
So this is what we feed him twice a week, so you'll see a nice blend of fish, bony fishes, you'll see squid, you'll see octopus, very representative of what he'll be finding in the wild. He takes his own multivitamin twice a week, and we hide that nice and securely in the rest of the food that he likes to eat.
Here.
Not so, oh, there we go.
Awesome.
Not subtle about what he wants in the slightest. A nice big piece for him.
So here we go.
So again, Payne's not in the aquarium.
Okay. Here we go. Whoa! Awesome.
How was that?
Oh, that was amazing. I love that. How often do you hand feed a shark?
It is a very, very unique thing that we get to do here.
Thank you. I'll be your personal chef for this evening. So thank you guys for an amazing presentation on some of your great saltwater creatures here.
It's been our pleasure to have you here.
Thank you so much. Hope you learned quite a bit.